the new executive director at Jackson School of the Arts, Amanda Loveland.
That's me.
Well, yeah, it is you.
So before we dive in too far, I have to add someone to your birthday list. We have a small friend in our child care academy who turned 4 today. Her name is Lucy.
Lucy.
So happy birthday, Lucy.
Birthday.
She got to have a cookie for breakfast, so I was like, I need the whole story, Lucy. This seems out of character. and I learned it was her birthday. So
You should be able to have anything you want when it's your birthday.
yes.
Well, I was happy to hear they chose you as new executive director.
I was too.
Yeah, well, I bet you were. But why did you go for this position?
Yeah, to be so transparent, it was a hard one for me because I loved my job at the chamber. I love the Jackson community and serving. We got to work with so many different industries and so many businesses. It was incredible. The biggest reason why it was one of those intuitive things where I felt like it was the right move for me. But the second reason is I went to college for dance and nonprofit management. So this is really where my background is. It's an incredible organization. I asked a whole lot of questions before I took it too serious and really took, continued with interviews and moved forward and just found that it's a really well-run organization, particularly by 2 women, Brandy and Jody, who have been there for a decade each. They do an incredible job with programming, and my skill set happens to kind of fit in the puzzle piece of what they need, and here I am.
I was surprised when I heard that you had a dance background because I never knew that.
I know, I kind of forgot too. And I was like, wait, that kind of does make sense.
So were you hoping to be a professional dancer?
So my sister and I went to college at Western Michigan University to start a dance school. It was our life plan. I studied dance and she studied business, and it just so happened, once the time we were like junior and senior, we kind of had different plans and wanted to wander off and do other things, and so it never came to be. But that's why I went to college for dance.
Well, here you are.
Here I am.
You're running a dance school.
Dance and arts and all the things.
Dance and so much more, but dance.
Yeah.
Well, this is dance season.
Recital
time. Did you do your recital yet?
It was so fun. It was on Saturday was the kids recital. We had 2. So we have, this was my favorite performance. It was so cute and so good, and they were so excited. But we had 2 performances on Saturday, and then earlier in the week, last week, we had our adult performance, which is people can be 16 or older to enter adult classes if you choose, and that one was so fun.
I've been to the adult.
I've
been to the recital.
Fun. I'm not surprised by that.
Yes. I went to the recital. My wife was in one of the tap dancing classes.
I was gonna ask you if you guys have ever taken classes. I'm like, I feel like the Hollies
Not me.
probably. I feel like you guys should do ballroom next.
Oh yeah.
The ballroom crew seems amazing.
Really?
Yeah, they seem like a lot of fun. But ballroom and tap were so fun to watch. And then of course the kids' performances are adorable, and they were really great. And seeing some of our older dancers who are, edging towards their junior and senior year, who also perform in our competition team, which is coming up. It was great.
Great pictures, by the way. Whoever took those, nice job.
We have a photographer. Her name's Rachel. She does a great job.
Nice job, Rachel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and congratulations to all the recitees.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them, recitees?
We'll call them that. I don't know. I don't know what the official name is,
I
but
love
yes,
this.
recital was just there.
Yeah,
so.
These kids are awesome. All right, and then you guys graduate people too.
Yeah, so I came in, I've been working at Jackson School of the Arts for 2 weeks, and it was like graduation, final theater performances. I just got to see all of the kind of like fun performance moments. And so we have 2 preschool experiences at JSA, one of which are on the screen. This one's called Kids Create. It's run by Jody. They're on the left side of the screen. And that's more of a preschool experience. So it's going to be a part-time experience for kids who need to get exposure to what school might be like. It's 2 or 3 days a week instead of full-time. They graduated a couple of weeks ago and got to tell everyone what they want to be. And then this last week, we also graduated our full preschool. We have a child care academy that has a preschool vibe to it. So, we have them all day, so we want to make sure we're teaching them some things. And they also graduated last week. So.
Seeing the little ones reminded me that I actually took a ballet class at Jackson School of the Arts.
You did? How old were you?
Well, I was grown up, but the kids
awesome.
were 5.
That's awesome.
I think. Were they 5, Brandon? Yeah.
Do you
They're-
have video footage? That's the real
We
question.
do, we do.
We're going to need to get that back out. Yeah.
So summer, it's a busy time. What happens in the summer at
So
Jackson
this
School
is our
Arts?
only quiet week in the building right now. Starting next week, we start summer camps and summer programs. And so it's a great time for kids. For example, we have like a My First Dance class experience. That's something that kids get to come to with a caregiver. So if they want to experience dance and explore it, that's a great opportunity. But we also have, like, if you want to try new things, like you want to take the acro class and learn how to go on the giant rings, if you want to take tap for the first time, if you want to just perfect, one of your crafts, you can do that too. There's shorter classes, so they're like 4 weeks long, but there's also camps you can go to. So if you want to do, for example, we have a gymnastics and art camp. And so if you want to do a little bit of, both things, we have short-term programs so that people can explore multiple things throughout the summer. And theater, we have different productions, but again, they're shorter programs.
So you have a beautiful new building.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So are there things that, as you've got 2 weeks under your belt
Yeah.
that you want to do, or some new ideas? Have you started thinking like that?
Yes and no. So something that's really important to me is I felt like at the chamber, my job was to make Tim Booth's dreams come true. And it really fulfilled me a tremendous amount to hear his vision and make it come true. And I feel the same way about Jody and Brandy, who are the 2 leaders at the organization. They've been there for, 10 years on average between the 2 of them, and they have big plans and things they'd love to see. We've not outgrown the building size-wise, but we've outgrown it program-wise. So we have to make creative use of our spaces and say, if we're going to add those things, how do we do that? Both how do we finance it, but how do we make space for it? And so they've got plans of things they'd like to add for our dancers and theater students and artists. And so I want to help them make that come true. Most important, though, is creating sustainability and stability around what we have. Because 2 years ago, we bought a very large building and we serve more than twice as many students as we did before. So we got to make sure we can sustain that for life.
Well, I think you can still make Tim Booth's dreams come true, because he told me he wants to be a hip hop dancer.
He showed me videos of, like, it was like a Fred Astaire. That's like his dream retirement. And at adult recital last week, I thought of him. I was like, I can make your dreams come true, Tim. I can do it. I don't know if Debbie, his wife, has been told that yet, but.
So if you want to get in on the summer programming, now's the time. You go to your website.
JacksonArts.org has all the information about both summer programs, summer camps, and just our one-time workshops. So we have like painting workshops for adults, ballroom classes for adults, things like that going all summer long too. So JacksonArts.org is where you can find all the info.
How young can you take someone?
That's a good question. I would have to ask that. I would assume 3 or 4. We have 3 and 4-year-old dancers,
Oh, wow.
but I'd have to look.
How old is Forrest?
Forrest is 1. He has come to all the performances. He's a great audience member.
Okay.
He does talk back to the theater performers, though, so he doesn't quite understand. He's got to watch, not
Yeah. Well,
be part of it
the
yet.
audience members are just as important as the performers,
Yes.
because where would they be without? Yeah. Well, great. Congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
Sounds
Appreciate
like
it.
a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is.
New director, executive director, Jackson School of the Arts, Amanda Loveland.